Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Gift magical mornings with Nespresso Virtuo Pop. Compact and stylish, Virtuo Pop is made to meet every morning coffee craving. From espresso to coffee, hot or iced, at the click of a button. And celebrate the season with Nespresso's limited edition coffee flavors. Sweet almond and hibiscus, cinnamon and candied tamarind, and festive double espresso. Magic in the making. Shop the holiday gift collection exclusively at Nespresso.com.
It's Deprogram, the podcast where we try to get you into a band. That's right. All you have to do is listen and push play, really, is all you really have to do. And if you've done that part and you're hearing my voice, then yes, you've already done that part. You've done half of the work. Now you just have to listen to us talk a little bit longer. My name is Justin. You could call me Band Curious. I like to learn about new bands from my friends. I get them together. They tell me why they like a band, and we go on the discovery journey together. And coming out of this conversation will be a top 10 starter kit list of songs for you to get into a band. And today's band, I guess I could have introduced myself as, hello, my name is Human. And I guess that could have been like the easy way in. Or I could do like the more convoluted thing and not have anything, and that might be considered Highly Suspect, which is the band we're talking about today. We're talking about Highly Suspect. And Brian, you put them on the board not that long ago. I feel like you came into the Deprogram chat and said, I'd really like to do Highly Suspect. And I like you had discovered them, but I'm putting words into your mouth, so why don't you tell me about Highly Suspect?
So Highly Suspect. So I thought they were a band that I had newly discovered, but I had heard a couple songs from them like years ago, and I was like, oh yeah, this is pretty good. I even listened to like Mr. Asylum, like I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, and I was like, oh yeah, this is pretty good. And I kind of just like forgot about it. They're just another band that was okay, this and that, and then somehow like 6 to 8 months ago, a song came up, like suggested by Spotify, probably like on the Spotify DJ or something like that. I'm like, oh my God, what is this? And I'm like, and then I started getting into them, and then I started like really getting into them, and it got like, I was like, oh, why have I never heard of these guys? Like, why aren't people talking about this band like every day? Like, and then that drove me into like, doing like a full like checkup on them and being like, people hate them. Like people like really like their first 2 albums, and then they kind of changed their sound, and then everybody just dropped off. And they're like, yeah, no, this band sucks. They have come back to form. I'm sure I'll, go crazy about it, but like that like last album they put out last year is phenomenal. It's like it's like I've been playing it constantly. And I feel like it's one of those bands that like I think more people, like younger people and people of our age, because they're heavy in 90s influence. Yeah. It's more people should be listening to them. Like everyone's like, oh, there's no good rock bands anymore. Like this is a guitar rock band. Like that's not just doing like the blues rock like everybody else. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I do like the newer blues rock stuff, like Kaleo, Hosier stuff, Hosier or however you say. I do like that stuff, but that's just all blues rock. Like this is, uh, well, their last album was blues rock, but like this is just like guitar driven with the newer sound. It has a 21 Pilot sound. It has a 90s sound. It's a good combination. There's ballads. There's punk. Everyone should be listening to this band.
Simply said. Uh,
Yeah.
so Anderson, eventually I mean, you climb aboard a bunch of Bryan episodes, and you reached out to me and said, hey, there's a couple that we could do. We'll leave it up to Bryan. But Bryan picked Highly Suspect. But talk to me about what it was about Highly Suspect that made you jump on board.
Well, he put it up on the Discord, and I knew about half a dozen or so songs from the radio. And I'm like, okay, well, let's give these guys a shot. So I put them up on Spotify after he suggested it. And it took me like three songs, and I'm like, yeah, I can do this. You know,
Yeah.
this is an excuse to listen to all of their other songs. So yeah, I was in pretty quick.
So I mean, there wasn't much to it. It was just he put it up on the board, you heard it, and you were like, I'm on board. I can find an excuse to get in and talk about this band.
Oh, absolutely. Anything I can do to get out of the 90s and find new music that I actually like is fantastic for me.
There you go. I mean, it is funny that that you jumped on board for a band that is heavily influenced by 90s stuff, but we won't get into that. So like I mean, we will get into that. I'm sure we'll talk a lot about that. Men of our age are bound to talk about that. But this is an interesting band for me as well because I forget the year, but one year I went up to New York and they have a station where we go 1027. It's an indie station, WEQX, and I went to it goes from Albany all the way up north and into parts of Vermont, and a Highly Suspect song. We'll talk about which one. As we get into songs, came on the radio, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? This is awesome! I love this." And I kind of did some research when I got home and found, oh, it's Highly Suspect. And then I came across another song that I was like, oh man, this is awesome too. And I kind of like started spreading those two songs around. And then, long story short, one of those songs kind of became my anthem of 2020. And again, as we get into the songs, we'll talk about that. I went and listened to Boy Who Died Wolf, and I was like, oh man, this is a pretty decent record. And then they just kind of went away from me. So when Bryan came in so enthusiastically about this band, I was like, oh, cool. Like now I have a reason to go and find out what they've been up to. And maybe unsurprisingly, I'm not fully on board with the way the internet thinks, but like, I'm not going to lie that it is kind of parallel. I just don't take it as harsh as the internet does. But that being said, Bryan, like this is a band that you have relatively recently like kind of really gravitated towards. When we're getting ready to do the 20 for this, like what are you taking into account when you're making a list?
I had to pick some favorites. I do want, I mean, part of me is like, listen, aside from a few tracks that were like instant cringe, and I understand people said that MCID is cringe. The name of the album stands for My Crew is Dope. It's it's cringe. There's a lot of cringe songs. There's a lot of songs you're like, ugh. I'm not gonna say it doesn't have skips, but be that as it may, like, yes, I do only have like 3 songs from that album, the ones I thought stood out. That there are songs that have grown on me. So when I'm looking, to make my 20, I'm like, well, I'm gonna take the ones that are gonna hit people. I took ones that have a lot of like 90s influence to them. It's gonna sound like crazy, but I feel like I have the like authority to say this because I've been a diehard Pearl Jam fan since 1991.
Mm.
There's a lot, especially like when they do punk, he has a lot of the same annotations in the way he sings as Eddie does, where he gets down low, then he gets up really high with like a loud, gravelly voice.
Mm.
And those songs really grabbed me because it reminded me of Eddie Vedder. So like I kind of went, and then that last album, As Above, like I just picked like whatever the best songs were. So like I have a good mix of like the kind of more blues driven rock they have in their last album, the punk songs from the first couple albums, the you know I tried to incorporate the songs that had that. I keep saying like 21 Pilots feel because that's what I feel when I hear a lot of songs from MCID, as well as Boy Who Died Wolf. So like I tried to incorporate all that into my list, and hopefully most of them get through.
One way to find out, Anderson, like when you're combing through this and you're kind of going past a handful of songs you knew, what was it like putting this 20 together? At one point, the way you worded it is why I'm curious.
Oh yeah, so this one I did something a little different for me. As I listened to it the whole way through the first time, I rated each song like 1 to 10,
Mm.
and I mean there was like two threes and everything else was higher, but and then anything that was above a 6, I automatically threw in. Anything I think 4 and below, I was automatically out. And then the second round, I just went with the stuff in the middle and worked my way down from there. Yeah, it's for they have a lot of different sounds
Mm-hmm.
that are all still hard rock.
Yeah.
And I tried to grab, a bunch of things that sound different. Most of my 20 is just, hey, this one grabbed me, this one grabbed me, this one's a hit. Okay, it's a hit for a good reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, similarly, when I went through my first pass, I feel like everything had relatively even representation on my first pass. I, you know, I definitely felt the cringe, as you put it, Brian, of MCID, and again, we'll get into that. And like you, I was rather impressed with As Above, So Below. I rated that one as high as the first two records for sure. It was painless going through the first pass, and then my second pass, like as I made, my next round of cuts, was pretty easy. Like there was just songs I was like, okay, I don't need this. And that's where MCID really hit the floor for me. Because like as I'm going through the songs that I picked to kind of stick around on MCID, I'm like, yeah, if I weigh this against all these other ones, it just, I don't need this. So like a lot of those hit the floor. But I'm shocked at how hard like my last 4 cuts were. Like there was like a lot in the running to be those last handful of songs. So it's going to be interesting to me to see how this kind of weighs out into the conversation part, which I guess brings me to the next part, Brian. It seems like maybe we all kind of relatively have the same thought of the band, other than you being kind of more closely, emotionally invested into them. Based on everything we've said so far, how many do you think we're going to get through unanimously?
3. I'm actually gonna go high on this. Like maybe this is crazy, but I'm actually gonna go. I actually think we're gonna get 8.
I like that. I hope you're right. Anderson, what do you think? Brian's coming out hot, 8.
I was thinking about 8 today, and honestly, I'm going to go 7.
Okay.
I have a different favorite album from you guys, so I think that's going to take a little cut into it.
All right. Man. Well, the question is, do I go higher or lower then? Am I in the same neighborhood as you guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can see that 8. I can see it. All right. Well, here's what I'm going to do. As always, because I have a feeling that most of the songs that I'm most drawn to are likely in, I'm going to go high. I'm going to go 9. And that way, my choice is not that heavily weighted. There we go. Because, look, I don't want to win anyway. So, all right. We are going to take a quick pause. And on the other side of it, we are going to start playing the game. It's the program, Jack.
Ray-Ban Meta glasses come with open-ear audio, so you can listen to your favorite music without blocking out the world around you.
Hey, Meta, play Gorgeous.
Here's Gorgeous by Doja Cat.
You can also ask Meta AI questions.
Hey, Meta, when's Doja Cat's next concert?
Doja Cat is playing at the Los Angeles Theater next Tuesday.
Sweet.
Ray-Ban Meta glasses, available at Ray-Ban stores and other authorized retailers.
If we knew more about our sleep, what would we do differently? Would we go to bed at a consistent time or take steps to reduce interruptions to our sleep? With the all-new Sleep Score, Apple Watch measures your bedtime consistency, interruptions, and sleep duration. Then, every morning it combines these factors into an easy-to-understand score from 1 to 100. So you'll know how to take the quality of your sleep from good to excellent. Introducing the new Sleep Score on Apple Watch. iPhone 11 or later required.
And with that, the name of the game is Deprogrammed. The three of us have come through the Highly Suspect discography and plucked out 20 songs that we're now going to mash together in an attempt to create a top 10 circuit for you in case you have never given Highly Suspect the time of day. And I didn't want to bring up this song when we were talking about like how I came across Highly Suspect and whatnot. I mentioned that a song kind of became my mantra for 2020. I could very easily see this coming back in 2025, like almost even more so than in 2020. It feels like it resonates even more now, like just the sentence alone, the title of the song alone, feels rather important right now because I feel like we're not treating each other as such. Again, this was my mantra in 2020 and it may be returning in 2025. My name is Human.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
You kind of have to, right? Like I could see this not being our number one, but I very easily could see it being our number one. This song rules. First and foremost, it just rules.
Yeah.
And it's just, to me, that sentence alone, the hello, my name is Human, is such an important message.
Yeah, and this song, I wasn't listening to the radio at the time, but I know this song was big.
Yeah.
And, the point I'm going to make, this song starts with him rapping.
Yeah.
Like, that's how the verse is. I mean, you want to call that rapping again, I'm going to bring up, 21 Pilots, but, like, there's kind of a parallel between their sounds. So, like, when they start rapping in MCID, it shouldn't become that much of a shock.
No, it's not. But at the same time,
yeah.
There's a lot of great lines in this too. Like, get up off your knees, boy. Like each one of those is cool. And then like, I think the last one is I'm up off my knees. I'm face to face with my God to find out what I know just who I am. Like, each one of those is awesome. And it's great. Come face to face with your God. I love it. I love this song, and I'm so happy that there's no further conversation needed on it. We all had it, and we're all on board. So, for the record, it is one of the few answers I did get when I asked the internet. So everybody else this person was in agreement with us. My name is Human is in. All right. Brian, where do you want to go?
I'm going to go with the song I heard that got me back into the band after I kind of just gave it a quick pass 4 years ago. Lydia.
Yeah, I got it.
I got that.
Hey.
All right.
Boom.
Yeah, and I heard this song a couple months ago, and I'm like, oh, this is so good. And then I realized I had listened to that whole album before, and it's for some reason just 5 years ago me didn't get as grabbed to it as 2020 me was like, okay, yeah, this is like, it's fine, but something special. But 2025 me is like, no, this is special.
Yeah, I gravitated towards that one. I knew I was in for a rough go when I liked the majority of the first record.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Lydia is in, and let me make sure before I spout this into a microphone. Yes, Lydia indeed was one of the answers that we got from the internet. All right, Anderson, no pressure. Where you want to go?
So back in my iTunes days, I did download a few of these, and we've hit 2 out of the 3, so I'm going to hit the third one. Little One.
Yes, I got it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's the one that started it all for me.
Oh, really?
1027 WEQX played this song, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And like I was, ever since, I've been infatuated with that station because every time I go up I feel like I find something new. But this was the first discovery for me. I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. Why have I not heard this? And it, sent me on my first initial tangent. So yeah, I love Little One. All right.
You're cruising.
Yeah, cruising. But I feel like we also did like the heavy hitters right off jump, right off rip.
Yeah, we took the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the great thing about this band though, is, I mean, I would argue My Name Is Human is like the lowest of the lowest hanging. But like these other ones may not have been. It's possible. All right, so now the question becomes, I feel like there's a couple more low-hanging fruit here. I'm going to go with another answer that I got. How about Blood Feather?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that.
Wow.
All right. Hold on. Get that queued up. I was listening to that again today. I was like, okay, good. I was worried I'd cut it, and I was like, no, I didn't. Good. That happens every once in a while. Because like I said, there's like a handful that were kind of on the block, and I couldn't remember which ones they were. All right. Blood Feather, it gives me like Screaming Trees vibes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna name so many '90s bands when we talk about that first record.
Yeah. All right. Again, 4 for 4. We're already like on a good run here, Brian. No pressure.
Yeah.
But where you want to go?
All right, I'm gonna go in a different direction. So you always say you like when you hit play and they tell you what they are. I like when I go to an album and the first song tells me what the album is gonna be. And the guitar, just the sound of this is just it told me everything I need to know about As Above, So Below. Summertime Voodoo.
Yeah, I got it.
I do not.
Okay, we'll take that too. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my number 22.
Okay.
Oh,
so it was close.
yeah.
It was close.
And it's that's just like the kind of like screaming guitar that like I love. It just as soon as I heard that track, I'm like, oh, this album is gonna be different.
Oh, and you know what's funny? Like I wasn't planning on saying the same thing, but that is exactly why I took it, because it definitely changed my outlook on what was going to happen going forward. Like,
Yeah,
I'd kind of resigned to the fact that they were a changed band, which was fine. But
Right.
like, I kind of expected more of the same. And I was like, oh no, they didn't. They kind of, I mean, as you mentioned, they kind of go more into the bluesy, they bring in kind of like a gospel aspect, but like, this was a great change of pace of, hey, by the way, this we still do.
Yeah, and it's like 7.5 minutes. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, we're gonna not only are we gonna make like a questionable rap album, but we're gonna start you off with a 7.5 minute blues rocker.
Yeah. Into it. All right, it gets a 2. Still hanging around. Anderson, where you want to go?
I'm gonna go kind of on the same vein. So when I listened to our list, I had it on random, and the first song that came up, I actually had to double check because I thought they were playing Black Keys on me for some reason. Fuck me up.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't have it.
yeah.
You guys both got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So so Fuck Me Up was the first song I heard where I was like, that is 100% copying Eddie Vedder. The getting down low, this and then and then like the strain on like the higher parts, like where he screams, like everything about that just like screamed like 1992 Pearl Jam to me, and there was no way that wasn't going to take it.
Well, it's a 2, so it gets to hang on. I mean, it's still early on, so. This next one, I don't know if you guys are going to have, because it's very different from like everything we've kind of talked about, but it was definitely a definable changing point in the way I viewed, let me look at the name of the record, the Midnight Demon Club. I had enjoyed that record up until to this point, but when I heard this song, it kind of changed everything coming after it, and I was like, oh, suddenly I liked everything that came after it. So, we'll talk about that as we get there. But this one was the turning point for me. How about Wild Eyed Son?
Oh, I don't.
I don't either.
I had a feeling,
Oh,
because it's
no.
acoustic, but it was a definable moment, which is why I brought it to the table. I was like, suddenly I'm back on board in a different way than I was. Like, it felt like between MCID and the beginning of this record, Demon Club, I was just like on board because I'm just listening to this band. And then when this song came on, I was like, oh, wait, no, there is going to be more coming. So, all right, Wild Eyed Son goes into the bin. I'm the first one there. It's bound to happen. All right. Brian?
All right, I'm gonna go to MCID because we talked about it a couple of times. Looked at this was actually a single. I don't remember it on the radio. I'm sure people played on the radio. 16.
Oh, I don't have it.
I don't either.
Wow.
That was one of those last cuts. It was not one of my easy MCID cuts. So it was close. All right, Anderson?
All right. I'm gonna stay on MCID and trot out These Days.
Yes.
Oh, I don't. That's a good one.
All right, we'll take a 2 there. We'll take a 2 on an MCID record, or MCID.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. I also, like, I want to be clear here. MCID isn't a bad record. I think it is more specifically a record that you should go back to. If you like the band already, then you can probably just listen to it. I think that record specifically really didn't work in this format, like where I'm having to listen to everything and take everything into account, and I'm trying to bring somebody to the dance. I think if I was able to listen to it kind of on its own, it probably would have lived a little bit better. So,
Yeah. And the other thing that I read about MCID and why the drop off, the lead singer Johnny Stevens, he became like not just cringy but super cocky and like started taking pages out of like the Billy Corgan playbook when he doesn't even deserve to own the Billy Corgan playbook. And he basically said anyone who doesn't like MCID is a fake fan and we don't want you anyway. So so like, which, you know, it's going to be like people are like, well, fuck you, dude.
I know, right? Well, yeah, like that. All right, so maybe we can explore this a little bit more on the after the fact, but I would like to say, like, Corgan is saying that at like Zeitgeist, and if you compare Zeitgeist to MCID, okay. All right. Where are we? We're back around to me, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can get back on the same page here. I feel like this was an answer I got. How about bath salts?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, we'll take a 2 there.
I was just playing that song right before we started too.
2, 2, 2.
Yeah. I was feeling too singles heavy.
There you go.
That's all right.
Let's try to get my dog to shut up.
All right, Brian.
How about just first track here? Mr. Asylum.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was another like low hanging fruit because it was, you know, first track.
I think the cool thing about this band is you don't really, I mean, especially since I heard them before doing this, like I didn't need that, or at least I didn't need that explanation. I didn't need them to tell me what they are because I kind of knew. So, but I mean, it still does the thing, and that's always important to me. So, all right, Mr. Asylum gets in, and Anderson.
Let's try and get something off of Midnight Demon Club. How about Natural Born Killer?
Yes.
No.
Ooh. Ooh. All right.
All right. Back to me, eh? Just like that, we're out of NTP, so like we're not gonna have to pluck anything out of the bin to finish our list, if nothing else. And there's still plenty of gameplay here. I guess I can try my other MCID song. How about Upper Drugs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
It felt...
I'm happy to have a MCID song go through, you know, unanimous.
Yeah. I mean, again, like it felt correct. It felt in line with what I think the band is. So, and I mean, you know, whatever, man. Like, yes, he's talking about drugs, but also I feel like that is something that comes through a lot. So, all right, boom. Upper Drugs is in, and Brian.
All right, I'm gonna try to slam one through from As Above. How about Plastic Boxes?
Yeah, I got it.
I do not.
Oh.
I really liked As Above. I couldn't tell you what was what and where was where.
Yeah, it was good.
All right, Anderson.
All right. One of the things I like about this band is they are not shy about how they feel about things. And on that note, I'm going to take Viper Strike.
No, I don't.
That's okay.
Yeah, in the bin, unfortunately. We haven't gone into the bin very
I will
much.
have more.
We will, you know, especially we've already kind of cracked the the bin code. So, all right. Let me see what I got here. How many? One. Oh, I forgot to mark that one off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah, there's still plenty of gameplay here. So let me get back to my Midnight Demon Club. How about New California?
No.
Yeah.
Hey, all right. I'll take a 2 there.
Nice. I'm glad you have it though, because that was a hard one to cut.
As I mentioned, like it was back on board after Wild-Eyed Son, and I feel like this was relatively soon after that, and I was like, oh. All right, New California, we've got a conversation brewing here. We're gonna have we're gonna have us some cuts coming up. All right, Brian.
Oh, where am I go? I'm gonna go back to Boy Who Died Wolf. How about Pastres? I don't know how to say it.
No.
I am so happy you were the one that had to pronounce it. I have it.
All right, that's
very like the opening is very like almost reminds me of like that like Sponge song.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was getting Space Hog from it.
Yeah, that
makes
too.
sense, too.
Like it's very 91, 92 alternative one-hit wonder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether it be Space Hog or Sponge, although Sponge isn't a one-hit wonder. But that's okay.
All right. We get to 2, and again, that second wave conversation gets heavier. All right, Anderson.
And I'm going to stick with Midnight Demon Club. That one, my first pass, I ended up with like 11 out of the 12 songs on that album.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, I'm really hoping we hit something. How about Cool Kids?
Yes.
No.
All right. We'll get a 2.
No, I thought that was a little cringy. But I like it, but yeah.
Maybe it just didn't seem as cringy after MCID, and I just didn't catch it. So, all right, we'll take that 2 though. All right, let me try one of my As Above, So Below tracks. How about the 8th of October to August 17th?
No.
No, I don't have it.
Bend. Okay.
Good. No.
All right, Brian?
They're all good on there. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna try and nail a 3 on this one. How about Blue Eyed Devil?
Yes.
No.
Oh.
But that was a super late cut too, probably 24-ish.
We're gonna be conversating as the As Above songs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, Anderson.
I'm gonna finish off my MCID. How about Canals?
No. All right, Bend.
Oof.
Yeah, it was bound to happen, right? There's gonna be some.
Yeah, we got one more than I thought we would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Back around to me. Let me give let's see, an update here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I'm thinking this is our last full round and we'll dump out after this.
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna try one last go at As Above. How about Mexico?
No.
No, I don't have that.
Oh.
Bend. All right. Dang it. All right.
Yeah.
Brian?
All right. I do have one last song on As Above, but it sounded like Justin played his last song from that. So I'm gonna go with the opener of MCID, Fly.
No.
Nope.
No. All right.
All right. Anderson?
Okay. Let's see. This is my last one. I'm going Wolf.
Very good, but no.
Oh, Wolf. Yeah, I have it.
Oh, wonderful.
That is one of the answers that I got was Wolf. So we'll take a 2 there. And I will dump out once I shuffle this back up to the top where it belongs. Boom. All right, what do I got left here? I'll start at the top. How about Lost?
No.
Yes.
Okay, we'll take another 2 there. Make it a little bit more difficult. Moving on. How about Vanity?
Nope.
No.
Okay. Moving on. Look Alive, Stay Alive?
No.
No.
Okay. Same record. How about For Billy?
No.
Nope.
Wow. I didn't expect that to be a binner. I didn't expect it to go through, but I didn't expect a binner. And last but not least, Serotonia.
No.
Also, no. That was a late cut for me.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a
shocked
tough
that both of those got binned because, again, like I didn't get a ton of answers, and both of those were answers. I thought for sure I'd find one of you guys there. All right, so what did we end up with unanimous? 6? I guess I should have taken the under. Yeah. All right, so let me get that. And Brian, you can make this conversation a little bit harder.
All right. Quadland.
Nope.
That was another good punk song from the first album. I don't have anything from Boy Who Died Wolf left. Nothing from MCID left. So we have Pink Lullaby.
Nope.
Very good.
Oh. Wow. How about The Sound?
Also
no.
Oh. Okay. My last one from As Above, Suicide Machine.
Oh, another late cut.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny, Brian? Remember when you were able to hear like the screeching solos?
Yeah.
That's what I was listening to.
I recognize it as a song from As Above. I just couldn't pinpoint which one it was.
And I was like, you know, what do I cut to try to make it in? And then, you know, those last minute things, it's sometimes you're willing to do it, sometimes you're not.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anderson, I guess just for funsies, what do you got left?
I got Evangeline, Champagne at a Funeral, and Run for Your Death, More Pills.
That's I like that one a lot. All right. Boom, boom, and boom. Let me shake this up. I'll run down what we've already got in. And we will go from there and try to fill this out. So none of us are going to win. 6 was our unanimous. And the ones that are already in are My Name is Human, Lydia, Little One, Blood Feather, Mr. Asylum, and Upper Drugs. All right, so let's see. We've got 4 spots with, I don't know, one. I'll just run them down. Summertime Voodoo, Fuck Me Up, These Days, Bath Salts, Natural Born Killer, Plastic Boxes, New California, Posters, Cool Kids. It might just be posters. I don't know. Cool Kids, The Blue-Eyed Devil, Wolf, and Lost. Let me first look at, we've got MCID covered, we've got Mr. Asylum covered, we've got Boy Who Died Wolf covered. I presume we should be looking at album representation, right? So, I mean, we need Demon Club and As Above for sure to get something from everything, right?
Yes.
So is there something from one of those 2 records that's jumping out at you at first, Brian?
Summertime Voodoo.
What do you think, Anderson? Like, was that like a close one? Was there a particular reason you didn't have it?
I liked the first 5.5 minutes or so, and they kind of changed tone for the last 2 minutes, and that's what took me out of it.
I got you.
Is that
Yeah, that was my knock. Otherwise, yeah, it was 22, so it was almost on the list anyway.
okay? So, I mean, is that you're on board for putting it in?
Which that from As Above.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's table that because I really want to push for Plastic Boxes.
Okay.
I'm good with that too.
I mean, all right. Well, if you guys are both on board for Plastic Boxes, I was the odd man out there, and I loved As Above, so like I'm on board for whatever we get from that. So let's grab Plastic Boxes, and then we can work on Demon Club next. Is there a Demon Club song that's jumping out at you, Brian?
I had Natural Born Killer, and I have Regrets on New California.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, either one of those, I'm not big on Cool Kids at all.
Okay. Happy to lose that one. I'm happy to take either Natural Born Killer or New California.
Yeah.
If you had to choose between,
yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. You're on both of those, Anderson. Like, if you had to pick between Natural Born Killer and New California, which one would it be?
I would go New California. That's a different sound. Natural Born Killer is more. That one felt like they were trying to get back to the first two albums.
Yeah. All right. So let's, we don't have to drop Natural Born Killer, but like, let's take New California. All right. And then that brings us up to 8. And now I feel like now's where we crank up the heat a little bit, because now we're looking at everything's represented. So now it's just, whatever. All right. I'm going to run these down, and we'll go to you first, Brian. Summertime Voodoo, Fuck Me Up, These Days, Bat Salts, Natural Born Killer, Postures, The Blue-Eyed Devil, Wolf, and Lost. Is there one that's kind of jumping out at you, Brian?
So we already have 3 from the first record, but if I had to pick one between those 2, Bath Salts and Fuck Me Up, I'd probably keep Bath Salts alive.
Mm-hmm.
And then between Postures and Wolf, I'd keep Postures alive. I would keep Natural Born Killer alive. Is the one song from, I mean, we just tried to say that, MCID isn't a bad record. Is the one song enough, or do we need These Days?
I really liked These Days. I mean,
yeah. Or is it like, nah, Upper Drugs is as good as it's gonna get?
I guess the question is, because we have 2 spots left, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like, again, at this point with only 2 spots, I feel like we probably don't need another Mr. Asylum song, right?
Right. Yeah.
At this point. The question to me is, do we take another As Above? Is it another As Above and another Demon Club? Because Anderson liked Demon Club.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with taking like Natural Born Killer and Blue-Eyed Devil. If he's against Summertime Voodoo, then I'd be fine with Natural Born Killer and Blue-Eyed Devil.
What do you think about that as a resolution, Anderson? Natural Born Killer and Blue-Eyed Devil rounding us out.
I'm on for Natural Born Killer. And I'm still gonna. I really liked Wolf, so I'm gonna pick up for that.
Too.
Okay. All right, so let's it sounds like we've resolved to grab Natural Born Killer. I had that on my first pass. I can't remember where it ended up dropping off. I feel like I had like a similar thought with you, Anderson, initially of like it felt like they were trying too hard to get back to what they were doing. I don't have a problem with that, obviously. I mean, here's what I'll say about Wolf is it is one of the answers that I got. And it's literally the only answer that I got that I didn't have on my list. And there's no real reason I didn't have it. So
yeah,
if that's the consensus, because then that's what 3-3-1-2-1.
yeah.
I feel like that's reasonable representation.
From the first two records, kind of just feels like it kind of how it should be because those first two records are so good.
Yeah.
I do want to state for the fact that everybody listening should go listen to Summertime Voodoo and As Above, So Below.
Yes. Again, it took me for a shock that I enjoyed it as much as I did. Like that sounds like I didn't enjoy those middle two, but it felt like I was going on a different journey, and I kind of expected more of the same, and I didn't get more of the same. So I was pretty pleased with that. All right, so we'll grab
where they're going to go next.
Yeah, we grabbed Wolf to round us out. Let me run this down. My Name is Human, Lydia, Little One, Bloodfeather, Mr. Asylum, Upper Drugs, Plastic Boxes, New California Natural Born Killer, and Wolf rounds out our 10. Brian, I read those 10 down to you. Which one's the one?
I mean, like the easy thing is saying My Name is Human.
Yeah.
The second easy thing is probably saying Lydia.
Yeah.
For me, it's between those two. Like I would, the one that describes the band more is probably My Name is Human.
Yeah.
Because it has that rap versing in it, which is kind of what they lean more towards until like that last record where they don't do that really at all.
Mm-hmm.
And they just sing. Johnny just sings. So,
what do you think, Anderson? What's jumping out at you?
That was my 1 and 2. I just had Lydia first.
Okay.
But it's definitely between those two. And I'm not going to be terribly hard to convince.
All right, so let's bring into account here, because the only other one I had in consideration was Little One, and that's because it was the first one I heard. So,
yeah. I'm also thinking Lydia because Lydia is the one that got me back into the band.
Right.
But like I said, I don't know why it didn't hit me the same 5 years ago, but when I listened to it, 8 months ago, it was like, this is freaking awesome.
Now, what I'll say to that point is I feel like My Name is Human is going to prohibit probing. Like I don't think it scratches the itch. I guess maybe the inverse. Like it doesn't make you itch for more. Like it doesn't make you probe into the band. Not that it's a turnoff. Again, it was like my everything in 2020. I like returned to it like God knows how many times. But that song never made me go seek out the band at all. It was just kind of, I would listen to the song and then go listen to whatever the hell else. Whereas I feel like Lydia might, I know it didn't for you initially, Brian, but like, I feel like it has a better chance at doing that. And coincidentally, possibly when I think about the end of the year conversation, I think Lydia probably stands a better chance of getting in than My Name is Human does. Yeah. So I think we just talked ourselves into Lydia. So let's go with that. I'm going to cue that up. I'll run this down one last go, and then we will wrap it on up. Lydia is our number 1. My Name is Human, Little One, Bloodfeather, Mr. Asylum, Upper Drugs, Plastic Boxes, New California Natural Born Killer, and Wolf round out our 10. And with that, let's let Lydia get a moment in the sun. I feel like, again, this is kind of, it's funny because this band got pretty big, but like, I think it also somehow strangely got largely ignored. So I feel like this is what this show is about. So we've done it for you. We did the work. Here's 10 songs that you're going to be able to take, listen to, get like the idea of what Highly Suspect is, and you can grow from there. Boom, we did it. Hey man, maybe you had different songs that you would have picked. Maybe you're a Highly Suspect fan, and that's what brought you to the game today. Cool. On Spotify specifically, you can now leave a comment that I can comment back to. Tell me which songs you would have picked. We can have ourselves a little conversation there. It's pretty cool. So if that's where you're listening, please leave a comment. And if you're going to do that, please consider giving a 5-star rating because it does help us get seen in the algorithm. Super appreciative of that. Maybe you're listening on Apple Podcasts, which according to my research and numbers, most of you are. A 5-star review goes a long way on Apple Podcasts as well. Please consider doing that. I would super appreciate it. If you're really, really digging the show and have the means, $1 a month would be super helpful if you went to patreon.com/ohhijustin. That dollar gets you in the door, gets you deprogrammed before the rest of the world, gets you the conversation we're about to have, the after the fact. It gets you the ever so slightly occasional Oh Hi Justin, the possible musical conversations that may be coming down the pike. Stuff like that happens on the patreon.com/ohhijustin. It also gets you, if you bump up to the $5 level, it gets you access to secret channels in the Legion of Stupid Discord server. You also get automatic invite to the Legion of Stupid Discord server at the $1 level. Come on into the server. We're growing a tree. We're counting numbers. All these things are really happening in there. I'm not making that up. We also have music leagues going. We also have a panelist conversation where, just like Bryan did with this band, you come into that channel, say, hey, I'd like to talk about this band, and then maybe somebody jumps on and we talk about them on the band or on the show. Boom, just like that. Pretty simple. There's also the Deprogram channel where you can talk about the show in general, and we kind of talk about music. That kind of happens in there. All that stuff happens at the Legion of Stupid Discord. And if you don't want to get that through Patreon, just ask me for the link. It's simple. We're also on Threads and Instagram. You can ask me for the link there if that's much more your speed. We are a podcast. That means we mentioned subscribing, rating, commenting, all those things. Super helpful. Sharing is caring. Cannot get that out enough. Please consider sharing. And I mean that on like social media and whatnot, but also, and maybe most importantly, word of mouth. If you like this show, tell somebody, hey, I listen to Deprogrammed and you should too. And with that, Highly Suspect, learn them and love them, people. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I don't know if you've heard, but Mint's premium wireless is $15 a month. But I'd like to offer one other perk. We have no stores. That means no small talk. Crazy weather we're having. No, it's not. It's just weather. It is an introvert's dream. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan. $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.